Qatar national anthem, courtesy of the Qatar.
It's going to be a tough night for Aleix with the injury.
Aleix, he immediately during the weekend he was in.
Thanks, Simon. Thanks to Paolo Benoria, sadly sidelined from this Qatar Grand Prix. Long lap as well.
Talk about insult to injury for Paul of the grid. We saw last weekend in Malaysia and cleanly off the line here tonight to try and immediately launch the
grid. Second time in 7 days. 2004. They hosted the opening. The season has started here, whether it was Team Pecco or whether it was Paolo Ciabatti. He effectively on the grid for this Qatar Grand Prix. Man here in Qatar, but it's showtime under the night lights in Qatar. Takes all showdown to find out who will be victorious. Davide Tardozzi. He is mission accomplished and dream fulfilled for Jorge. Next here in Qatar, it's the duel in the.
Everybody else in the field is on the hard front, hard rear.
Looking pretty relaxed, trying to keep the nerves and the. So far, Davide Tardozzi's heart end. You do feel if Martin. That's the reason why he's just said. Biggest showdowns of the season. He got massive wheel spin on the Prima Prama Ducati.
That's for Jorge Martin, and that's how many of his practice starts went.
Gian Antonio there in third place. Marc Marquez has had a real start. Some tough rides. He's got to work his way through here as well, though. On the broad shoulders of Jorge Martin. He's coming on
for the end of this race, and that might be the kind of race that Jorge
on that first lap alone. He's able to use the grip whatsoever. Oh, listen to that as he just got.
Binder has got a good start away. He started from 10th on the grid.
Down into downtown Doha last night. Marquez just eking away here at the front of this Qatar Grand Prix.
And Joan Zarco up ahead of him will make life too difficult.
Pressure, and of course, more importantly, perhaps tyre endurance. Zarco, that was Zarco. Now that is a big bonus. That is a big.
Through that first sector, he did lose 2/10 of that advantage, as I say.
They now come through this tyre-punishing turn number 11. That's where you're going to ruin Antonio at bay.
Remember after the sprint last night, unfortunately for him though, he just does not have the pace. The top 6 are all
glued to the back of Martin and can't do anything. Gian Antonio now on the inside. Really
to this 4th lap of the Grand Prix because he slipped back to.
Keep his cool here, keep his composure because he can see Bagnaia. 7 points left to fight for after tonight's speed differential. That is, for want of a better word, and
Bagnaia feels he's got the pace and the potential to win this.
Loose third place as well as he comes into the clutches of Antonio taken. Will Ducati just maybe
difficult position because of course it's another Ducati rider who's fighting for the world.
At this stage, not up to the task of acting as wingman. And he had to be millimetre perfect there, and he's
154.5 for Luca Marini on that.
Particular that he can try and do a number here, maybe stall. It's because you don't want to burn up that rear tyre, which you can do here. Being was it Mandalika when he charged through from 13th, but
he breaking clear of Marc Marquez, is he?
Yeah, has pulled into the pits. Obviously, maybe comes into the garage.
It's the first 6 laps of this Grand Prix for Bagnaia for him to take the lead.
Doing a phenomenal job here. There's confirmation that Aleix Espargaro comfortably the leading light for the under 5. Start lap 8 of 22, nearly half a second clear.
We're beginning to bring themselves back into play again with that.
Motorcycles are far superior to what he's expected. It was physical. It was the pain and discomfort.
I think Maverick's got the pace to leave the 2 in front of.
Lap 8 of 22, visibly the gap has come.
Now Jorge Martin is best part of 4 seconds.
And right now you can see Bagnaia sailing off at the front. He comes length, but this sort of is starting to rocket, starting to soar.
100 Marc Marquez. I think many eyebrows are raised when Gian Antonio
would be doing Pecco Bagnaia some big favours in terms of the chance. Certainly in the sort of faster flying section, it looks like the Gian Antonio's seen this so far off the pace.
Challenge was Oliver Martin. It's Marquez, it's Zarco, and
we've had so many plot twists. So many, he just can't make it stick. Martin for the first time at the front, 6/10 and further back.
Martin's pace though at 154.4 for Red.
As he's about to hit the front now, Marc Marquez, he picks off Digia, hounding and harassing.
The way it's going at the moment, he desperately needs
back at the front. You just wonder whether Bagnaia's horsepower from Martin's Ducati will keep him.
For Jorge Martin, he's now behind Marc Marquez.
Coming through turn 6. That's lovely. That's just what
now as Miller and Zarco now move through on him. Marc Marquez down 2.
This is a real humbling experience for Martin. Look, is just keeping the Gian Antonio, the body blow that's coming his way here. Bagnaia, as it stands,
Turned in to turn number one. Jack Miller, of course, who's a former. No, he's nowhere near him on the racetrack. Dijan
into Mandalika. He's led since round 4 of the Spanish Grand Showdown, isn't it now, between Bagnaia and Dijan Antonio?
If I was Fabio Di Giannantonio, we know he won't because he can't guarantee the lead, and how much speed he'll have and tyre compared to which end he's having, what's happening, we'll find out.
Nea Bastianini, the pace is hotting up here. 5 glum faces down in Primo Pump.
Yeah, the inevitability, the pace he's going is a second. He's making a double Grassini podium in this Grand Prix.
7th at the Red Bull Ring in Austria. Next weekend in Valencia, we'll see him Grand Prix, as this is a real epic battle.
Waiting for him in the next 7 laps.
Of 2021. Looking back then, the poll last night continues as he now
Clean move, but you got to feel that a move is coming from.
in terms of the championship, does hold on 5 points between the two title contenders. Not even the width of a rear tyre between the two of them as they
Antonio off, but knowing that Martin's only going to score 7
moment, that if he fancied it, which he surely does, Dijan and Binder in 3rd place will track.
Final corner pretty nicely, so Dijan Antonio not in a position.
Just look at those faces. Pure Bagnaia, that is a big ask.
Pull right into the last left-hander. I think that
Message to Lorenzo to back off and just
Be in MotoGP next year, so this might be in
22 on well-worn Michelin rubber. 5th passive potentially on Bagnaia. Into 6th we go.
this. If this was a simple cruise to the
He squeezes through on Bagnaia. Well, did he even see it? Did he acknowledge it? Well, clearly not.
the sale circuit in Grassini, and Bagnaia's fighting back now.
The Del Antonio's gone for the individual glory here.
Shoes.
Oh.
He does not have a job for next season, and he wants
At the front of this Grand Prix, on points, the gap would be, of course,
his bike to the flag, but he can't roll off too much because Marini might catch.
to the pole man of 53.486 is his best. Martin of all nights for Fabio Di Giannantonio.
But Fabio Di Giannantonio is unemployed for next season, so he's a lap and a half from doing the same.
A dream double. He will hold on for 3rd place despite as he nicked pole position last night from this man, Fabio.
He could still catch Fabio Quartararo yet on the.
He is trying to get through on Jorge Martin. Had Bagnaia been able to hold off the Giannantonio, could have now just backing off. He's eased off a couple of Grand Prix, which is going to be won. That's our MotoGP race. Pecco Bagnaia takes 21 points now, dividing Bagnaia. And there were successive fastest laps of that Grand Prix for the Beast's emotional victory. And there will be more. Crew chief, there's some emotional scenes there down there.
Ryder would not take the opportunity, especially
Wanted to know when there was 5 laps left. That's what race pans out, save tyres all race, and then
It's in the math moment, wasn't it? Thanks, Simon. Thanks to Frankie Card-Shed.
No mana, retreat.
Suatu hari,
No mana,
aku akan
retreat.
kembali ke lab itu dan membakarnya hingga rata dengan tanah. Selama 10 tahun, aku telah mengasah pedang untuk saat ini.
Enemy has been request backup. Our inhibitor turret is under attack. Our turret has been destroyed. Attack! Our base is under attack.
Hati
An enemy
seorang
has
pedang
been slain.
tidak pernah lupa.
Launch attack! You have slain an enemy.
Terlalu lambat.
Request backup.
Hati seorang petarung tidak pernah lupa.
Hati-hati, lawan menghilang dari orbit. Request backup.